Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today we're unboxing Reavon's brand new high-end universal disc player, the UBR-X200. The high-end universal disc player that has all of the tricks and benefits of every disc-based format, every video format supported, everything you can throw at it, and the advantages of dedicated Texas Instrument DACs specifically for the CD playback and SACD playback of a high-end CD player. This product has replaced its gazumped, the void left by Oppo years ago with their departure from the industry, with a stunning universal disc player that has no rivals in its class. Nothing will touch the performance, flexibility and truly universal format playback of a single box player. It's stunning. It's also very muted in both its design, its packaging and there's nothing shouty about this product. It will sit in its rack and it will do its job, and it will do it perfectly every single time. And that's highlighted with the simplicity of its packaging. This is an outer freight box. It's just got a little bit of information. Nothing too screamy, nothing too shouty. And that's what you kind of expect when it comes to some of the leaders in our industry. They know they're good. They don't need to spray paint it all over their boxes. So, opening this outer freight carton, pretty straightforward. It's your classic simple rip and tear associated with the clear packing tape. These products are double boxed, and part of it is for freight protection and labelling and all of those things. I mean, you whack a courier label on half of these things and suddenly it feels devalued despite the fact it's only a sticker. Getting it out of the freight carton is always really straightforward. The outer box, easy to discard, reveals the in box with, again, just some muted little information. We've got Reavon on the top. We've got a little bit of information about its compliance for 4K. It'll play everything. If you want the list, obviously check out our website or check out the unboxing of the X100 where I rattle off every single product, well, most of them anyway. The list is as long as my arm and leg combined. So a bit of information again about some of the formats that it has. Scan information, and then obviously the Reavon logo and a final barcode associated with its serial number. Opening the box is very, very straightforward. It's packing tape, simple nicks, and it reveals the care and attention that the Reavon manufacturers have added to ensure that this product arrives to you wherever you are in absolutely perfect condition. As I tilt it forward, you'll see the layers and level of protection that they have added. The top of the unit is protected with over, 3 centimeters of closed cell foam. It's got a couple of user manuals, bilingual. It's got the accessories, which we're going to drill into in a moment. But even the accessories are isolated and support the back and the RCA inputs and outputs from another 2-3 centimeters of closed cell foam at the rear. The front is further protected with a couple of these cardboard corners. And this is the front, from an impact protection perspective, is not only given massive amounts of additional packaging to support any knocks or things in transit, but also a little corner of hardened cardboard to ensure that the front can never really suffer any physical damage in freight. Once all those sorts of things are removed, it's pretty straightforward to get the product out of the box. Check and discard it. Now, the front of the player is then protected with the closed cell foam again, which helps to stop the front tray from chattering or moving at any stage. Again, the packaging supports sides evenly, and the product itself is inside a semi-soft bag. Now, before I take it out though, we're going to drill into some of the accessories, which are separately boxed in a muted little black box with a couple of tabs on the side to make it easy to open. The box reveals the unit's remote control. It's got a lovely fit and finish. Once the batteries are in, it's got a nice sort of feel, and it's easy to operate in both the left and the right hand. It comes with a myriad of power cords because the product will operate in any voltage, and a pair of AA batteries. Taking the product out of the box, out of the bag, is relatively straightforward. Simply support its weight and slip it out. One thing that these videos will never really show is the weight of this product as I lift it up. It's brilliantly built. If we look at any of the physical movement associated with reading a disc, whether it be CD all the way up to Ultra HD 4K, the movement, the vibration needs to be minimized. And they do that with a beautifully rigid chassis. It's heavy, it supports the product brilliantly, and any of that vibration is not only reduced with the feet and rubber associated with it, but the low center of gravity and very rigid design. Looking at the front again, as I implied, it's extremely muted. It sits there and it will do its job perfectly. It doesn't need to scream its job at you. Simply, the top corner we have its brand, the Reavon. We have a simple push button standby button, and beneath it a tricolour LED for its state as far as booting up and being on and things along those lines. There's a lovely extrusion across the front just to be a little bit elegant, and the main tray along with a large front display. There's an open and close button, a play, pause, stop, and of course skip backwards and forwards. There's a model number of the UBR-X200, and beneath it a USB. Now that will support small pen drives. It won't operate with the larger sort of portable hard drives. Tipping it forward, we get an understanding of the simple design and rigid casework, complemented with the side ventilation on both sides. It's at the back that we see a somewhat more universal connection and its ability to step beyond its purpose as just a Blu-ray or DVD player and into that of a CD player, and high-end CD player at that point too. We see over this side a basic LAN connection for streaming services, software updating, all of those types of things. It'll stream any local content off your hard drive, and it supports so many VO formats that line up the file, press play, it'll do it. It's got twin HDMI outputs, and that helps to cement this product for its transport and CD playback purposes. The main output is picture and sound, and the audio-only output allows you to utilize the player in an SACD or CD playback environment if it's coupled, of course, with a suitable HDMI input and DAC. There is a USB 3 input for indexing large hard drives. There's a coax output and an optical output supported with one of those little dust covers. Unique to this model and absent from the X100 is the two-way communication and control protocol of RS-232. Further and over the centre we see the utilisation of the Texas Instruments DACs on board for CD playback. There's something like 113 dB dynamic range. Huge in any real-world environment, let alone from a universal player. It has separate circuits for both the RCA and balanced outputs, and by balanced outputs it's a true balanced design. Complementing the traditional stereo output for CD and SACD playback, as well as of course streamed audio formats. It's complemented with an 8-channel output for the 7.1 associated with audio processing that can also be done on board. Finally, in kind of the boring bits, we've got a 3-pin IEC power socket, a fuse, and a rocker switch power. So, there we have it. Reavon's flagship UBR-X200 Blu-ray player, universal disc player, CD and SACD player, unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.